Hi, welcome back to my channel. This week we're doing a marbled cake. So I thought what I would do is just quickly show you how to make a marbled effect. So I've got pink and white here, and what you do, I call it the breaking the neck method. You just start twisting and twisting and twisting too much, like you're over twisting, like you're like overdoing it right now. You're like, no, like too much, okay? It helps if your fondant is soft. And now it looks like a caterpillar with pink stripes on it. So now you roll it into like a sausage. Like that, like a spiral. And then what do? You can flatten it like this. And then you break its neck again. You just keep twisting. You over twist, like you're twisting a bottle top. Like that. You just keep going. You look at these lines that are created. So you keep twisting until you can't twist anymore, you know? You just keep going and keep twisting until you see streaks appearing, and then you make another circle like this, and then you flatten it. Well, you sort of sandwich the spiral like that, and what do? You break its neck again, you like that. You just keep going, and what you're left with is these gorgeous streaks of marbled fondant going all the way through. Now this here is enough to cover an 8-inch. Do you want to bring me the scale and we can tell them how much fondant we're using here? So I really love, okay, so here's our scale. I really love this effect, so now I'm going to just squash it down this way, because I really love the marble that we've created. So now I'm squashing it to preserve this marble. Okay, so what we have here is 1.8 kilograms of fondant. Okay, this should cover an 8-inch cake, and then there should be enough left over for you to create a new marble to cover our second tier. And that's what we're doing here. Okay, so I'm going to roll this out on hyperlapse, and then I'm going to walk you through the design of the cake. Okay, so I've covered this level, but I want to try and rescue these beautiful wavy lines at the bottom. So I'm just gently removing this skirting, and we can move this to the side. I think you can put that back in the fridge for now. And will you bring me the other one? So now I'm going to try to rescue this section, so that we don't have to go through the process of wasting any more fondant or creating any more issues. So I really like this section here. So I'm just going to gently break the neck again, because it's really full of powder right now. And then I'm going to squash it into a ball again instead of kneading it. And as you can see, the front here still has an awesome marble effect. Okay. Alright, so let me roll this out. Okay, so we have covered our second cake, and as you can see, there aren't as many streaks of pink as what we would like, but I'm going to go in just now and paint in some extra streaks and show you that you don't have to waste too much fondant when you do this. So now we started with 1.8 kilograms, and we have 455 grams left over. Now pink is an easy color, and green is an easy color, and black. is an easy color, because, and blue and stuff, because you will just knead it and then you will go back to normal. You can like use this to make flowers or use it for something extra. It's really not a big waste. But if you were to make more marbles, you would actually have wasted more than 2 kilograms. So that's why we do it this way. Okay, so now I'm going to stack them, and then I'm going to show you how we're going to paint them, and then we're going to make a geode coming down the middle. Okay, so at this stage I've just stacked the 2 cakes, and what I'm doing now is, because this one has beautiful lines on it and this one doesn't, there's a hole here, but we're making a geode cake, so I'm going to end up cutting a little bit away anyway. And this one has a nice natural line here, and I like the way it flows like that, but I'm just going to add a little bit more of a natural line. Can you see how thin my brush is? So I'm just going to test it out at the back of the cake, and in my opinion it's too dark, so I'm going to just water it down with some alcohol, like some cane alcohol. I'm just watering the paintbrush in some cane alcohol to lighten it up, and that's already done the trick. So if this is the front, then I will go over certain sections just with a little line, something like that. You can even add at the bottom here. I'll try to have some here onto the table. That's the good thing of having like a marble table. Water it down. See, and it's so light, you can barely see it on the viewfinder. You can barely see it. But adding more little stripes in is a definite necessity, I would say. Will you bring me gold? And I think that is more than enough. Okay, so now I'm going to do some gold. And gold is usually easier. You know why it's not painting? Because it still has too much icing sugar on it, and I have just forgotten that there's a lot of icing sugar on it. Okay, so now these things will bleed a little bit, but I'm going to drag them out like that. It should be fine. Well, it's standing out more now, hey? Okay, so can I have a thicker brush? These ones are those thin ones. The gold, we always need a thicker one for the gold. And where you see some imperfections, just dab it with gold. Especially like here, there's a huge imperfection here. Dab it with gold. I'm going to come down and dab and kind of extend this one right here. Okay, so that's as far as I'm willing to go with that one. Now, can you bring me my knives and a little bowl? So now in this bowl I have crushed up candy. It's candy, it's like isomalt, it's just crushed into, now I've spilled a little bit, it's just crushed into rocks, you know? And so I need a little bowl right here, and where's the knives? Okay, so I'm really liking this flow actually. It flows like from here to there. So I'm liking like this section till there. See? Okay, so the first thing I have to do, unfortunately, is remove icing. So it didn't really matter that I had a hole there, or even that I painted it. I've decided to remove it. Even this piece that's come out here, it's not the end of the world. I'm seriously just ripping it right now. I don't have the patience. Can you get me a spoon? A small teaspoon, sorry. A tablespoon will do no good here. Okay, so in this section I've just decided to flatten it. Okay, so there we have a little gash in the cake, and you know what, I think I'll go a little more and I'll like sort of squiggle it like this. I kind of like it to go even further down, like that. Okay, so now it has a huge cut in it. So now I'm going to just, I'm not going to remove cake, I'm just creating a huge indentation because the cake's now been out of the fridge while I've been covering it. So I'm just creating a huge indentation, and then it's going to be filled with buttercream, but like little blotches of buttercream, especially towards the middle. Now I need like a big tray to catch all these pieces. Okay. Thank you. So now I'm just placing a tray under here, and I'm getting started on adding the crystals. Can I have like a nice clean dry brush just to get rid of the excess? It must be quite thick. Yeah, is it clean? Test it out on a bit of white. Because if I brush it and it's got a color on it, it's going to change the colors. I can even use this teaspoon that you brought me to kind of like shovel it in there. I think the way I was doing it first was working. I'm like pressing it in. And whatever falls off, it's not the end of the world. These are little mints that I bought in the store next door. They're just white in color, and I crushed them with a hammer and a plastic bag. I didn't bother to make my own crushed crystals. I learned the hard way in the past. Okay, is it dirty? It's got black on it.
Yes.
See, get a makeup brush then. See why we always have to like clean them or make sure that they're clean. Oh, that one's whole. Is that one? Alright, so this makeup brush will help to get these crystals off the side. If only we had it a bit sooner, Evelyn. Now they are stuck. Doesn't matter, I'm scraping them off with this. And then the rest I'm just going to place with my fingers here because it's seriously spilling everywhere. That thing that scrapes the board, is it still on the table? Okay. And we're going to need to get the airbrush machine, if you can get it to here, with some pink, whatever we have. Because I'd like to airbrush the crystals pink in the middle. The sugar crystals, that's what we're calling them, sugar crystals. There's still some leftover crystal residue right here. I'm just going to get it off. I'm just going to scrape it off because it's just making the cake look rough. Okay, so then I'm going to go around the border with gold, but we're also going to use some gold leaf. Does it say what time power is going to go off today? No, shit. Anyway. And that's it. Oh, look how beautiful. Yeah, it's looking good. Except for this, looks like a bunch of dots. And it should be like a... Okay, yeah, it's better. Okay. So that looks cute just as it is. I wonder what pink we can use. I think I'm going to try this pink. I think it's like an off-white. Let's see. Do we have anything? Look, let's protect our crystals in case someone else orders another one. Can you put these into the cupboard? These can last for at least 3 more months. Okay. And then let's get, will you hold the machine? Okay. Try and just clean that portion there. It's spraying, so just clean that portion out. Dip it in the water and use a brush to clean it. And then I'm going to clean up the board here. And I'm definitely going to add a border because I don't like if it's untidy at the bottom here. Okay, but anyway, we will do... I just want to get all this extra icing off the bottom here. Okay, it's off. I think I'm going to do like a pearl border. A very light. But it looks good without a border. So let me rather leave it. Let me rather leave it because it looks beautiful. Okay. Bring me that. Let's see. Switch the machine on and hold it, hey? I'll test it out over here first. Okay, it is kind of working. Switch it off. Okay, I'm going to tell you on and off, okay? Please put it on. Please put it off. That's all we needed. Okay? We're not trying to do too much here. Okay? Okay, let me get some gold leaf. This machine. I wanted to buy a new, this is what I'm working with. This is what I'm working with, your airbrush. I wanted to buy a new one, but it's like 500 bucks. I was like, no thank you. So now I'm adding gold leaf as well around the border. You don't have to clean it now. You don't have to clean it now. It's making too much noise. Just let it soak in the water. Yeah. What was I saying now? No, you made me forget. Oh yeah, the machine. But we replaced it. Do you remember the last time that we replaced this machine? When was it? 2020? Yeah, it was 2020. Bloody hell, that was expensive. Okay, so now the last thing that we are going to do is add These are like dollars that are flying away in the wind. Anyway, we're gonna add some bubbles and the age and the name, and then we will do a reveal at the end to show you guys what the finished product looks like.